in area and population, Costa Rica is big in other ways, in its democratic form of government and its way of life. The capital and largest city is San Jose, as modern as today's airplane. Its 75,000 inhabitants enjoy a temperate climate with evenings always comfortably cool. This is the Union Club, center of the city's social life. And this is the National Theater, one of the most beautiful playhouses in the Americas. The University of Costa Rica. It is the proud boast of the people that they support more teachers than soldiers, and that the rate of illiteracy is the lowest of any Central American country. Costa Rica is a republic with a president and a Chamber of Representatives, the Constitutional Congress, elected by free secret ballot. Only men able to support themselves are allowed to vote. But so important does the government consider the privilege that, if anyone who is eligible fails to vote, here coffee is king, its production and export being Costa Rica's leading industry. Coffee grows as a bean. After it is picked and the outer hull removed, it is put into fermentation tanks, as we see here, until ready for washing. The wet coffee is then spread to be dried in the hot sun. The quality of Costa Rica's coffee is mild and is so favored by English taste that nearly 3/4 of the export is to the London market. The motto of the Costa Rican farmer is a few acres and independence. This is exactly what he has, for most of the farms are small, but they are owned free and clear by individual farmers whose other most valuable possessions are a cart and a team of oxen. In the painted ox cart of Costa Rica, the legends, folklore, and national pride come together. Each part of the country has its favorite design and color, but all carts must sing. That is, they must rattle in a certain way as they roll. Country people can tell who's coming by the sound of the approaching cart. To them, every cart has a voice as individual as that of its owner. The cultivation of bananas is the second most important industry. When large-scale banana growing migrated from the east to the west coast, some way had to be devised to supply moisture during the dry months. For although it rains practically throughout the year on the Caribbean side, rains stop for about 4.5 months on the Pacific slopes, and bananas must have heavy moisture throughout the year. This overhead water spraying system, each spray covering more than 3 acres, supplied the answer. Most of Costa Rica's bananas are shipped to ports such as New Orleans to be distributed throughout the United States. "14 miles northwest of San Jose is Alajuela, population about 10,000. This town is the center of the sugarcane country. One of the most abundant of the crops native to Costa Rica is cacao, cultivated here since the 16th century. These are cacao beans in the cacao pod. And from dried cacao beans comes delicious cocoa and chocolate. This is abaca, from which rope is made. The thick stems are cut, the outer layers are peeled, and the stalks pass through a series of rollers, emerging as tough, yellowish fibers from which some of the best rope in the world is made. The national flower of Costa Rica is an orchid. In a land that has a greater diversity of plant life than any area of similar size in the entire world, countless varieties of orchids grow wild and are as common as roses in most other countries. Attracting sightseers all the year round is Alajuela, an extinct volcano accessible by motor road that runs to the rim of the crater. Speaking of roads, here's a section of the Inter-American Highway that serves as a connecting link between the countries of our continent. San Jose at Christmas time and fun in the bull ring. 1,000 bullfighters and one bull. Anyone may enter the ring and try a few passes with his coat or a tablecloth serving as the traditional cape. In keeping with the peaceful Costa Rican character, bulls are not injured or killed. And to protect the brave amateur bullfighters, the points of the bull's horns are sawed off. Clean as a porcelain cup, neat as a good housewife. That sums up the Republic of Costa Rica, a working democracy where failure to vote is punished by a fine, with an educational record to be proud of, a happy nation of small farms owned by individual farmers, each proud of the soil he can call his own, and of the gaily decorated cart pulled by oxen that are practically part of his family. A fertile earth that produces a specially mild grade of coffee. A land whose crops of fine bananas are shipped to the tables of the United States. A soil that produces cacao, abaca, and sugarcane. A land whose forests are alive with orchids of hundreds of different varieties. Costa Rica,